So Back to Work is a pilot project. We got some funding from the Motor Accident Insurance Commission to deliver a 3-year trial of some vocational intervention in that early intervention space up in the Princess Alexandra Hospital's Spinal Injuries Unit. We partnered with Griffith University to do the research and evaluation that sits alongside the project, and we've also partnered with Metro South Health and Hospital Service as an obvious partner. One of the critical differences about Back to Work is that we do operate in that inpatient phase when people are still in hospital. So one of the things that we really believe is that getting in early is really important. So if people are given a little bit of an opportunity to realise that return to work is not only possible, but that there is a good chance that they will succeed, it can drive their rehabilitation, their motivation to be part of to get some good results from their rehab.
I guess just having somebody to talk to about any fears that I had about coming back to work, because having 15 months off is a bit of a knock to your confidence, I guess, just getting back to the classroom and getting back the way you were.
I think clients' objectives are probably still the same. People want some help to work through what their options are, whether they return to their previous employment if they can, and get some help with that. For some people it means changing careers, or maybe returning to some study that they were doing. So for some people it's really major change, for some people it's just tweaking a bit around the edges, and we're really available to help people with whatever they need.
I considered a lot of options, from sticking to my trade and starting my own business, and then obviously the idea of employing electricians to do the work that I could no longer do in the same capacity, to studying electrical engineering. And when I started to think about those things, it sort of, I guess, broadened my horizons, and I started to think about other career options or other types of study.
It's really important that people get some support to realise that work is possible after a spinal cord injury, and I guess getting early information about the fact that it could be achievable for them helps people make good decisions about their work future.
So it was a case of them showing me and me realising that yes, this is all possible. There was an extensive report done about what workplace modifications, what might be required. And when I read through that, I thought, well, yes, if all these things are done, then I can live happily at work and I can do all the things that I plan to do. So I think that was a great step forward to me getting back to work.
So, in the course of us working with somebody, we often come into contact with employers. So spreading that message about the fact that returning to work after an injury is really good for somebody, has so much potential to affect lots of different people.
So Hatch has always had an active return to work program, particularly because we think that returning to work when it's safe to do so has a benefit in an individual's recovery. But the report that Back to Work provided and the support that they provided really gave us a better understanding and insight on how to better support an individual with a serious spinal injury.
We do get quite close to some of our participants. We get to know their families, we get to know their kids, we get to know some of their friends.
I consider Tanya to be probably a big lifesaver for us. Seriously, she's just helped me a lot of emails, a lot of phone calls. I honestly don't think I could have done it without Spinal Life.
I think it just really demonstrates that given an opportunity, people can do all sorts of things. Things that maybe they and their family and the supports around them never thought was possible. But if you give somebody the right message, provide them with some support and give them that hope, anything's possible.
To me, going to work and having Back to Work supporting me, Tanya and Joanne, it's comforting, it does help, because I've got that, it's like a foundation, like a tree. If it hasn't got the foundation, that tree will fall. And it's the same thing. Back to Work is my foundation.